Hello everyone, and let's start by answering a common question that we get asked, or a common comment. It's a type of Q&A video, I guess. We're going to talk about the comment that we get. We get it on our Should You Give Up on SWOTOR video, which seems to be a common theme, and it's, if you hate the game so much, why do you play it? Where do you get the impression I hate the game from? First of all, just because I point out the game's flaws, just because I point out things that are wrong with the game, that doesn't mean I hate the game. Okay, it doesn't mean I hate it. Do I hate the game? No. The simple answer is no. If I hated the game, I wouldn't waste my time on it. Like, I wouldn't do videos. I wouldn't do I wouldn't waste time doing videos on it. I'd go do something else. There's plenty of other games out there to talk about. So would I bother making videos for this game? Would I bother trying to, make guides and, make, overviews of classes and talk about, upcoming things for the game? Would I waste my time on that? No. The simple answer is no. Now, the question you ask, do I hate the direction the game is going? Yes, I do. I don't like the direction the game is going. I certainly don't like it. Should we call them out on that when when you feel that the game is... ultimately what I want from this game, I want the game to be better. Okay, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not like a blind fanboy who just thinks the sun shines at a BioWare Austin's arses. I just don't think that the team at BioWare Austin, if they're not doing a good job, I'll call them out on that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion. I'm gonna give you my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, fine, disagree with it. But if you're questioning why play the game if you don't like it, I want the game to be better than it is. I want us to have, I want PvP to be good. Feels like I hate PvP. I want PvP to be good. I want PvE to be good. I want PvPers to enjoy the game because it's a good game fundamentally. Deep down, it's a pretty decent game. If you'll ask the question, why do you hate? Why keep playing it? Because I believe it can get better. You have hope. Hope is the reason, I guess, you keep playing it. You hope things are going to get better. You hope that they learn from their mistakes, that BioWare, are they going down the wrong path currently with 3.0? Yes, but we have seen a few improvements. We've seen like the credit spammers being cracked down on, I don't know. Cracked down on, we'll say. And we've seen things like the healer changes being delayed, listening to the community. It's good. We've seen a lot of things like that. We've also seen them, make a few mistakes. I did see the post that they made, the whole developer insult debacle, which doesn't make either the developers or the community look good. We haven't looked good this week, to be honest with you. I saw the post that they made. I can't remember the guy's name. It's John something. I can't remember his name. That he made detailing the reasons behind the Marauder and Sentinel changes. Now, I don't cover the Marauder and Sentinel changes because, quite frankly, I couldn't care less about Marauders. You know my feeling on Marauders. I said remove them from the game, and it looks like the dev team at BioWare are at least listening to me. Maybe they're listening to me and like, oh, yeah, we hate Marauders as well. They hate Marauders more than me, quite frankly. I mean, I just say nasty things about them. Look what they've done to them. So anyway, he detailed out why they were making some of these changes, and then, of course, insults started flying. It started to get very personal, and a lot of people were attacking this guy who's a developer. He's one of the development team, should point out. It's not his sole decision, probably. He did relay a lot of the other class changes, so I take it he's just like the guy that, maybe the communications guy. I don't know actually the structure of BioWare Austin, but I'm guessing that he's not the sole guy responsible. But what the community did was the community started to get personal insults hurled at him and his family, which is just horrible. It's just, you can't do that. We cannot do that. We cannot expect the developers to reach out to us for feedback and then treat them like that, because you saw, and then of course you saw the post that Eric Musco made. Eric Musco is the community manager of SWOTOR, and he made the post saying that maybe the developer, basically saying that what happened, he detailed what happened. The insults got very personal. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see harassment of developers. We just don't want to see that. But he did threaten that the developers, developer silence on future changes, which we don't want to see. We do not want to see that. Now, developer silence is pretty bad. And to threaten that, I think, you know, maybe not the best advice you would give for a community manager, to threaten, oh, we'll just shut up shop. And, you know, because essentially you need to communicate with your customers. By the same token, the community, we need to be responsible as a community and, you know, not personally attack these people, because essentially they're making a video game, for fuck's sake. You know, let's keep this grounded. There's no need to go and personally attack a developer's family, okay? There's no need to do that. Okay, there's no course of action, and hopefully BioWare pursue these people, and hopefully they get their accounts banned, and maybe even if it depends how serious it is, prosecute them. Yeah, go for it, BioWare. I hope you do that, because we can't encourage that sort of behaviour in the community. It needs to be stamped out, and stamped out quickly. These people are just as bad as the exploiters and the credit sellers. They need to be stamped out of the community, in my opinion. And this is my opinion here. All of these videos are my opinion, by the way. That is what I'm going to tell you about that. That is, you know, getting personal with the developer. You got to remember that, you know, each individual developer is, you know, I blame the team as a team effort. You know, you're saying, are they doing a bad job? Are they doing a terrible job? Yes, they are. The answer is yes. They are probably not handling classes the way they are, but it's good at least that they're listening on the healer front. So it shows you that they do listen, but if you want them to reach out for feedback, respond to the feedback they ask for. They ask for feedback on Marauders, don't personally attack them, give them feedback on Marauders. You know, personally what they're doing to Marauders, I had a go at Watchman Marauder and it's terrible. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible as a class. I went back to combat a few minutes later, literally a few minutes after that. I was like, fuck this, I'm going combat. Combat a bit easier to play, but again, I don't main a Marauder. I don't really play a Marauder. My Marauder sells things on the GTN. My Marauder's my bank alt, and I'll tell you how little I play my Marauder. She doesn't have any weapons equipped. I got her to 60 and I don't play a Marauder. So as far as why I haven't made any videos about the Marauder changes, I don't care. I don't play a Marauder. I don't raid as a Marauder. I've never raided in 3.0 as a Marauder. I've never really done much as a Marauder except get them to 60. My other Marauder is just a slicing alt, so we just go to Yavin and do the dailies on Yavin, which is, you know, barely any content, and just go around and gather up the slicing node. So that's basically it. My Marauders just make credits. That's all they do for me. So I don't really play them as much. I mostly play a DPS. I mostly play an assassin. I play healers mostly. But yeah, I'm maining a commando healer at the moment. Still got my scoundrel healer, but I'm not really using that right now. Just because we have another scoundrel healer. Rolling with 2 scoundrel healers is not a good idea at the moment. So yeah, I end up maining a commando basically right now. So sorry, that got something stuck in my teeth there. Right, so anyway, that is going to be all for this video. And we'll see you again soon. And a goodbye. So we're gonna, yeah, so I think I don't hate the game in summary. So the question, I'm going to answer that. If I hated the game, I wouldn't bother doing videos. I just wouldn't play it, to be honest. But hopefully we can improve, you know, hopefully we'll get a new, you know, there's rumors of 4.0 might come out before or around the time of the next movie, episode 7. So I imagine they still got plans for it. There is certainly work to be done with the Empire. Ziost was kind of interesting, but ultimately it was a bit disappointing, really, that we had to wait a week essentially to get a daily area ultimately. So anyway, that we'll wrap it up there for this evening, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon, and goodbye.